On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype, we make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on? A blessed and wonderful Tuesday evening to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So now, my peeps, we're going to kick it off with a decent spot of work put on again by the squad of them in the streets. This time over there in the troubled, crime-plagued police division of Clarendon, where the police seized 2 weapons consecutively, one just after the other. The first firearm was seized over there in Clarendon on Christmas Eve. So the firearm presently on your screen was seized on Saturday morning in Clarendon. So reports from the Clarendon police is that about 5 a.m. members of the security forces conducted an operation at a premises during which this Taurus 9mm pistol with a magazine affixed containing 7 9mm rounds was found in a closet of the house. 4 additional 9mm rounds was also seized in that operation. 3 suspects was taken into police custody in connection with that seizure. Investigations into that find continues. Now, the second firearm was seized on Christmas Day. The Clarendon police seized this .38 revolver during an operation in the Versailles complex in Maypen, Clarendon. All of that took place on Christmas Day. No one was held in connection with this find. So investigation continues. Now, my peeps, just before I continue, I just want to let you all know that stay tuned and watch the entire vlog because I have a rather interesting video to share with you at the end of this vlog. This video will illustrate how much power Jamaica has and our brand Jamaica has in the wider world, and how if we are not careful in protecting our brand Jamaica, how adversely it's going to affect each and every one of us, whether we are living in Jamaica or outside of Jamaica. This video will show how powerful our music is. This video will also show how powerful our athletics is. Everything about brand Jamaica, the entire world is looking on. So we need to correct this crime problem to save brand Jamaica. But anyway, make we continue. Now over there in the second most murderous police division, we are talking about the Westmoreland Police Division. Christmas was definitely not so merry as a man who is from the red ground era of Negril. The old criminal elements them, the old dirty kind of boy them, murder a man in him house. Now on your screen is the deceased man. He has since been identified as 34-year-old Floyd Walters, otherwise called Braga. Now reports from the Negril police is that shortly after 7 p.m, Walters was alone inside his house while his wife and other family members were at a nearby shop when they heard several loud explosions sounding like corner beat coming from their home. Sadly, they were right. When family members made checks at the house, they found Walters laying on the ground in the yard, suffering from what appears to be some serious kind of wounds to some vital parts of the upper body and also the head. The police was summoned, and upon their arrival, Walters was seen lying on his back in a pool of you-know-what, suffering from multiple corner-up wounds. He was, however, transported to the hospital in a bid to save his life, but sadly, he passed whilst undergoing treatment. So I'm pretty sure right now as we speak, the Walters family is definitely in mourning. Now over there in the troubled, crime-plagued, crime-riddled police division of Kingston Western, 5 men were detained by the police following the seizure of an illegal firearm and several rounds of ammunition at the intersection of Spanish Town Road and West Roads in Kingston 12. Boxing Day. Yeah, man, may I tell you, that was yesterday morning. Reports from the Denham Town Police is that a motor vehicle with 5 men aboard was stopped at a vehicular checkpoint around 2:35 a.m. The men were ordered to exit the motor vehicle. Whilst exiting the motor vehicle, one Glock pistol with a magazine containing 6 live 9mm cartridges fell from the car. The men were taken into custody. However, their identities is being withheld pending further investigations. Right now, them man there, see back road, no time soon. Now on your screen is a poster with a very vital question, definitely aiming at the males. So the question says, 15 years lock up in a prison with man, or you can choose to be out a road, a look woman. Now the option is yours. Very real and true poster, because it seems as if someone not get the memo. So once caught with an illegal firearm, mandatory 15 years, dung a dirty. Yeah man, may I tell you. Now my peeps, I have a video to share with you all. A viral video, so many of the ones and ones probably would have seen it already. But even if you have seen it already, we want to listen to it again. This time, put an extra ear and listen keenly to what this person is saying. I will elaborate briefly after, and we'll finish the conversation in the comment section. Listen.
This is Burna Boy. We shall get to him later in this video. In the Caribbean, there are many islands, but in the English-speaking side of things, there are 2 heavyweights, Jamaica and Trinidad. Whether you like it or not, the bottom line is, in the English-speaking Caribbean, Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica are the 2 heavyweights. And while I have nothing against Jamaica as a country or the people, I still see the island of Jamaica as competition for Trinidad and Tobago. And as a Trinidad and Tobago citizen, I want my country to win. Nothing against Jamaica. I just personally would prefer if my country was winning the race in everything. That's what I'm saying. I said all that to say, Burna Boy came down here. He went to Tobago and performed. He didn't just perform randomly in Tobago. He performed at Tobago's carnival, the first carnival, which means he would have seen what Tobago, a tourist destination, had to offer. He came, he performed, made a boatload of money, bust the tape and left. Reached somewhere else out in the sea and realized, wait, now boy, more money to be made. Come back down to TNT. This time he was in Trinidad. Perform, make a boatload of money, look around, jump on a flight, bust the tape and left. Go on to Jamaica to perform, and these are the headlines. Burna Boy falls in love with Jamaica, seeks to purchase a home. What does that tell all you? What does that tell you all? Granted, he's not obligated to buy a home or fall in love in any island. But what does that tell you? That he went to Jamaica to perform, to literally work, and fell in love with the island, and is now deciding to buy a home on the island. Let's read the article. Burna Boy is in love with Jamaica and will seek to purchase a home on the island, while he is also expected to return next year for another vacation. What does that tell you? The dude didn't just go, perform, make a boatload of money and left like he did to TNT twice. No, he is not obligated to fall in love with anywhere. But something has to be wrong with us, that he came down here twice and didn't fall in love with not even a big stone? If you all were in any doubt before that the tourism sector in TNT is dead, let this be the final nail in that already rotting coffin. We have no tourism industry. We should fire the Minister of Tourism, close down the entire tourism board and move on to other things. The article also said, during his stay in Jamaica, Burna Boy vacationed at Trial Club and partied at Yosh. So he didn't just come, make money and left. It wasn't just a show. He vacationed on the island and he set a vacation for next year as well. So he wants to come back. That ain't telling all something, boy, at all? Nothing? Many of you all drinking too much blasted punching and smoking weed, or their brain fried, or they can't think straight. And don't come and tell me what is the murders. Because if you look at the news, Jamaica, murders for 2022, now 938. Almost 1,000 for the year. We are currently running to the high hills because ours now reach 600. Granted, they have more people, yes. But 938 is 938 regardless on the island. So don't come and tell me what is the crime. As a matter of fact, crime in Jamaica is so bad that America issued this last month. US State Department issued a travel warning suggesting that Americans reconsider traveling to Jamaica due to the rise in crime. This was November 16, 2022. How are we losing to Jamaica? We have more money than them. Our GDP, look at Trinidad is. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th on the list. 7th on the list. Jamaica is at the bottom. Jamaica is in the Seymour section. You have to click Seymour about 10 times before you find them. How are we losing to them? With all the money we have more money, less people. So more money to go around and we still struggling. We still struggling. You understand this, boy? I'm baffled. Jamaica has been beating us in music. Our most popular and famous musician can't compare to their top 10 most popular and famous musicians. We are losing to them in sport. When you go to any part of the world and you tell them you're from the Caribbean, we're from Jamaica. So clearly, the word about Jamaica is getting out there. Meanwhile, we are not even on Price is Right. I don't think I have ever seen a Price is Right episode, I stand corrected if I'm wrong, where the trip was to Trinidad and Tobago. And you know the men, you see all the men, all they're failing us too, you know. All the men in Trinidad and Tobago, all they're failing us because all they started running a bunch of Spanish. Everywhere you look is a Spanish pregnant by a Trini man. That can't help us. Go to Jamaica. Clearly they have the genes. Fly to Jamaica. Start making train in Jamaica and bring the train back here and raise them as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe in the Olympics in 2040, 2050, we may win a gold medal. A win is a win regardless, you know. Once on the child's birth certificate it says citizen of Trinidad and Tobago, I don't care where the genes come from. Do that now. Make yourself useful, but no. All they're studying is to drink puncheon and run down Venice. Puncheon, Venice, baby.
Now, my peeps, that was done by a Trinidadian, as you heard the accent. Now, we are literally in the same predicament as he is about his country with comparing that of Jamaica. Now, Jamaica's loss of life rate is way over 1,000 long time. From in October, we hit the 1,000 mark or somewhere thereabout. So we are way over 1,000 loss of life. So this man is definitely right. So in my view, it seems as if everybody else in this world here love Jamaicans more than Jamaicans. Because even Canada issued a travel advice warning against Jamaica. But guess what? The Prime Minister is in Jamaica. Not just in Jamaica. Well, I'm not even sure if he's here as yet, but he was slated to visit Jamaica. Not a state visit, you know, my peeps. A vacation visit, not just by himself, but also with his entire family. His country issued a travel advisory warning, but the Prime Minister of Canada will be traveling to or is already here in Jamaica. Burna Boy, as he said, fell in love with our country, with our culture. Now let me speak briefly on the music. Look at the return of Sting after several years of no Sting, the greatest one-night dancehall show on earth. Sting. Look how Sting flopped. It was a disgrace last night. I could not believe my eyes to see the utter rubbish in terms of performance and artistry being displayed on Sting. That just goes to show that if we don't step up our game in terms of our music, in terms of reggae and dancehall, and start producing decent rhythms and also decent artists, trust me, me no know what I go on in the country, because we are slowly losing everything authentic about Jamaica. We are losing every single thing that we used to know and love, and what propelled Jamaica to the entire world as one of the giants and a force to be reckoned with. Tell me now, my peeps, which country in this world that is as small as us that has impacted this world as much as us? Just name me one. We have impacted this world in several different areas. Several different corners of the world has looked to us for leadership. Even the great continent of Africa. And if I wish to go down in history, the great Marcus Messiah Garvey, Bob Marley, just to name a few, has impacted this world in an unforgettable way. In sports, Usain Bolt, along with many other of our athletes, has impacted this world, has dominated track and field in a way like no other. Even though we cuss the reggae boys, they did make an appearance at the World Cup. How many countries has never graced certain stages? We have dominated all four corners of this world, and we are destroying this legacy that has been handed down to us by our foreparents who had worked hard and tirelessly to put this country on the map. Jamaica, Jamaicans, wake up. Let us revamp and reset our country before we lose it all. And last thing, on the topic of music, last night there was a soca event, and if you see the crowds, you think people flock to soca events because them love it more than dancehall. No, them love the vibe of dancing. Woman and man a gyrate on each other. That is what dancehall used to be. Now it's all about obia, scamming, back of a class nana subject, dunce and fool. Boy, Jamaica, I don't know where we are going. But we seem to shed every single shred of morality that we have left, and has adopted immorality and making it our number one thing, which is utter rubbish. But anyway, enough of the lecture. Continue to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscast. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.